This channel is dedicated to interviewing great masters and emerging performance artists who I believe will be the next wave of masters to enrich our culture.
In yesterday's thing, I jumped the gun a little bit. I forgot to tell the story about how to find a composer. So I mentioned in the previous video about taking the songs, the libretto, to a composer. And I forgot to mention how to find a composer. So what I did was, obviously I Googled Mexican composers and then started listening to them on YouTube. They're all there. And I found one that I really liked. Actually two. I was torn. One was a young composer, Juan Pablo Contreras. And I put the whole story together in a nice package and I mailed it to him. And he said it wasn't quite right for him. But he did give me some corrections, and he actually said to take the opera out of current day and make it into a historical fact. And that was a stroke of genius, and I will thank him forever for that. So Juan Pablo, it wasn't quite right for him, but we're going to do something in the future. And the way I found the composers was I listened to their music and did an analysis of what I heard in their music. I told them the story that I heard in their music. And if I'm hearing the right story, then that means I can work with them. And evidently I was hearing the right story, because Juan Pablo didn't want to do this one, but he said he'll work with me in the future. So I went through the same process with the next composer that I really liked, which was Eduardo Angulo. In fact, one of his symphonies that I heard, Posada, I actually heard some of Katrina in his music. The theme for the opera is already written. So I did the same process with him, and I listened to his music and told him what I heard, and just what I was hearing, the stories that I was hearing. And he wanted to meet with me, and we met in Mexico City, and and he was all in, right from the beginning. We're on the same page. You have to be on the same page with the composer. So that's if you're finding a real composer. There's another way, if you don't have a composer, on how to find the music. We'll touch that on another time.